We have a game on Sunday that it's not a typical week 2. Let's kind of feel through this season. It's Eagles and it's Chiefs in Arrowhead. The Philadelphia Eagles head there for a Super Bowl rematch. And Hugh, the Eagles go into Kansas City and Arrowhead on Sunday as the favorite in the game. And I'll just say it very simply. I expect them to win. I expect the Eagles to go to Kansas City and win this football game for a few reasons. One, they have the better roster. They have the better football team heading into the game. Now, I'm not quite where some people are writing the Chiefs off completely and they're down, it's over. They'll get better as the year goes on. Their young tackle will get better. They'll get Rashee Rice off of suspension, but that's not this week. This week, they're not the football team they will be 6 weeks from now. The Eagles have the better roster, in my mind, right now, without question. They don't have to take, they have to take advantage of it because right now the Chiefs aren't where they're going to be. They don't have Rashee Rice. They don't have their left tackle kind of up to speed. So you have a Chiefs team that isn't where they're going to be in a few weeks. Their offensive line still in a flux. They have a lot of pressure last week against Patrick Mahomes. They're off a Brazil game, which we know last year, I thought that was a weird comeback off the Brazil game, and I thought the Eagles kind of sleptwalked through that, the return and the travel and all that. That's an advantage for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Carter is going to play in this football game. And I think it's a big deal the Eagles are favored. And I'll give you the reason why. I heard them talking about at the end of the morning show. In the history of Patrick Mahomes as a starter in Kansas City, 68 home games they've had. They have been underdogs. They've closed as underdogs one time. It is meaningful when the betting market says that team's better than the Chiefs at home. It rarely, if ever, happens. It's happened once. And that was 2 years ago when the Buffalo Bills were 2.5-point favorites in Kansas City, and the Bills won that football game. It's telling me something. It's telling all of us Eagles are better. They're healthier. They're coming into the game ready to go. Hugh, I expect the Eagles to win this football game against a great team in its own right. Hugh, what are you feeling? It is 2 days from game day. Expected a win, or are you just hoping for one?
Joe, allow me to long talk just for a minute.
Okay.
I understand everything that you say, and it's you're right. You're correct. Eagles are the better roster right now. The Kansas City Chiefs are reeling, with no receivers or no quality. No, not quality receivers, but they don't have their number one guys.
Or two.
Yeah, they don't have their number one guys. Yeah. Travis Kelce looks like he's a little, out of steps, out of sorts, if you will.
Yeah, he's half a podcast right now.
But there's something to be said about pride. This is what I was talking about last week, and I know for a lot of people you can't quantify that. But it's a big thing when it comes to a football player. And even though everything that you said logically is correct, Kansas City Chiefs have never been, I think, 0-2 since Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have been there. They've always figured out a way to win. And I don't expect any less of an effort from them this weekend, especially coming off of the last time we played them, the humiliation that we levied on them. I feel like we're going to get their best shot. They're going to pull out all the stops to beat this Philadelphia Eagles team. So with that being said, I hope they win.
We all hope they win, but obviously Hugh Douglas is not expecting. I'm expecting a victory by the Eagles on Sunday. I don't think it's going to be easy.
I hope they win.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's going to be easy. I'm not saying they're going to go win this game by double digits, but I do expect them to win the game. And I'm glad you hit on the receiver thing. I didn't include that. I mean, I included they don't have great receivers, but when you think about it, if you're going to beat the Eagles right now, and if you're going to take advantage of where the Eagles are weak, it feels like their weakest part right now is that corner, right? That other corner on the other side. Or Dory Jackson, he gave you shades of Namdi and Byron Maxwell and every Kerry Williams and every bad Eagles corner we've seen over the years. You got shades of that in week one. But they don't have the horses right now to take advantage. If Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice were in this football game, I don't think I'd have this confidence because I'd be like, uh-oh, how are we covering both of those guys? They don't have either of those guys. And I know Mahomes is great. And I say this about Jalen too. Like, no matter how good or great the quarterback is, you need help. And right now, he didn't have that help at the receiver position. Last year, he didn't have that help at the offensive line in the Super Bowl, and look what happened to him. So I respect the heck out of Mahomes. I think he's top 2 quarterback in pro football history. I respect the heck out of Andy. And he's the better coach in this game. But you don't have the horses, you don't have the horses. The Eagles are the better team. I expect them to go win this football game. 215-592-9494. Expecting a win, hoping for one as the Eagles head out to Kansas City on Sunday. All right, let's hear from Ron Jaworski. Ron Jaworski was on the morning shows. Could we hear from Jaws, his take on Kansas City and some of their issues right now?
They've gone 2 straight games where they've been physically whipped. And sometimes you can design things. You can have Patrick Mahomes and all their plethora of weapons, which are limited right now because of injuries. But I don't care what kind of players you have, if you get beat physically, it's hard to come back from that. So they've had 2 games in a row right now where they've been physically dominated, 2 teams. So it's hard to bounce back. Then I think we'll kind of come out with the same game plan we had in the Super Bowl. Physically dominate them with the running game. And, of course, you're going to get – once you win and dominate in the running game, you get one-on-one matchups on the outside. That's when you take advantage of the secondary.
Well, and that secondary last week, which typically is good for Kansas City, they got torched by Justin Herbert and a group of mediocre wide receivers with the Chargers. All right, let's hear one more. Mike Quick, see, he gets it. Mike Quick knows the Chiefs are not the team they used to be.
I think KC is a team that they still are the one that everyone looks at and says that they're the best because of the quarterback, because of the head coach, because of what they've done in the past. I just don't think that they're still that team. I think they have problems on the offensive line protecting the quarterback. And, of course, now their top 2 weapons they will not have in this game. But they still have Patrick Mahomes, and he still finds a way to win. So that guy is still scary to me. But I just don't think that they are the team that they used to be, and the team that we imagine that they are, because they're the Kansas City Chiefs and they won it in back-to-back years, and they are a talented bunch. But I don't think that they are the team that they were 2 years ago.
They're not. And you know what? They're probably not even the team they will be in Week 8. I mean, they're going to get better. Rashee Rice will be, his suspension will end, and Worthy will come back, and their left tackle they took in the first round will get better. That's not Sunday, though. Those guys either aren't there or not ready. I expect an Eagles victory. Where do you come down? 215-592-9494 as the Eagles and Chiefs get ready for the game of the week. Sunday, 4:25 at Arrowhead. Kyle, where do you come down as the 1-0 Eagles try to get to 2-0 to start the season?
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this game, to be honest, guys.
Okay.
For the Chiefs.
There we go. There we
go. Stick
a
fork in them, baby. We're going to kick their ass. Kick their ass,
dude. That?
I love it.
The dynasty is over.
I love it.
We're going to put the nail in their coffin. The Chiefs stink. Stink.
Love it. That's that Philadelphia bravado. I love it.
First of all, I have no respect for their wide receivers. Even if we have a Dory Jackson out there.
Juju and Tyquan Thornton?
No, I just we're going to have Jalen Carter back in this game. Mm-hmm. We're going to do the same thing that we did to Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Now we're talking.
And we're going to make them look like fools. Don't care about Andy Reid. Don't care about Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs dynasty is coming to an end. And the entire world of NFL watchers will know by Sunday.
That's
around 7:30.
I'll say this. I expect it to be a close Eagles win. If the Eagles go there and smack them again, that is going to be the story on Monday. I mean, like, if the Chiefs start off 0-2 and get smacked.
The Chiefs cooked?
The Chiefs are cooked.
Because of the milestone that it would be.
Because
starting 2-0.
Right, 0-2, right? And then
that's what I meant.
Yeah, I know.
I meant Eagles 2-0. Yeah.
Well, the Eagles would be 2-0, and then who goes to Arrowhead and smacks them? Right? That doesn't happen. I mean,
tough place to play.
Yeah, no, it is.
No, I'm just saying.
You're right.
Yeah, tough place to play. Their back is against the wall, playing against a team that beat them up in the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
You know, when you said that, it made me realize this before we go to the phones. We haven't won a true road game in a while. Think about it. Home last week, right, to start the season. Super Bowl is a neutral site, and it was more Eagles fans anyway. Home field in the playoffs because the Lions got knocked out, so it was all 4 home games at home. Ended the season last year with Giants and Cowboys at home, and those games were kind of, meaningless anyway because they were kind of locked in their seed. Lost in Washington in Week 16 last year when Jalen got knocked out. I'm trying to think of the last true road win. Was it Baltimore? Early December? It's been a while.
That feels like that might be about right.
I think it is. So we just haven't had one of these, like go into a raucous environment against a good team, and I'm excited for it. 215-592-9494. Let's get to the phone lines here on a Football Friday, a big Football Friday. Our first real Football Friday, because last week we were reacting to a game on Thursday, so it was different. It was like a Monday, but it was a Friday. It's a Football Friday with a little celebratory Phillies in there as well.